Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be 5 reasons why I do not use debit cards anymore. The first thing I want to talk about is the debit card fraud process. So if your card is compromised, unfortunately, and somehow, some way, it happens to all of us. There are so many online attacks happening daily with all of the big companies. So it happens to all of us, unfortunately, at some point in our lives. Hopefully it's nothing too big, but if it does happen, the process is a lot longer, and it actually holds your money up in the process. Now keep in mind, the more you use your card and the more places you use your card, at this gas station, at that store, at this store, places that you're not necessarily used to using it at, you're going to increase your probability of being a part of a compromised batch of cards. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You pay online, you use this website, that website, you're going to increase your chances. So going through that process, your money is on hold. When you're calling the bank or the credit union to get your money back, your money is on hold. So that money, let's say for example, if somebody was to take $1,000 out of your account and go shopping somewhere, while that's being investigated to make sure it is a reliable and real claim, they are going to put that money on hold. Now, there are times where they will give you your money back, but that does still take some time. With a credit card, if the transaction is not yours and you say it is not yours, more than likely they're going to go ahead and go through the process, give you your money back, send you out a new card, and you will continue to spend as normal. That's most circumstances. Again, with debit cards, there's a lot more that goes into it. And again, your funds are being held up. And I know a lot of people out here cannot afford to have their funds held up. And even if you can afford it, who wants to? Just doesn't make sense. So that's number one. The process when your card gets compromised is just so much with debit cards. Number two is most debit cards lack rewards and points. Now, I'll say that again. Most of them do. You do have debit cards now that give you cash back here, cash back there, but they're not as lucrative as what you would see on credit cards. For example, my American Express card, one of the promotions they had recently was, I believe if I spent $400 or $500 on a Delta flight, I got $100 back. You're not finding that on a debit card. The best way to take advantage of that is to spend what you were going to spend anyway on that debit card. So if you were going to fly on Delta and spend $500 anyway, and you have that money already set aside in liquid, go ahead and pay it on the credit card, get your $100 statement credit, and you saved $100. You're not finding that on debit cards. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, number two, you are lacking a lot of rewards and points. You're not getting any points for cash back spending. You're not getting 2% here, 5% there, 1% most of the time. So you're really missing out. All of that money that you've earned, that you're spending, is not giving you anything back in return. Number three is it does not help your credit. If you live in the US is one of those countries where a credit score is important in your financial life. Unless you are super rich and you don't care to have one. But mostly everybody, even if you are very wealthy, have credit scores. There are some exceptions out there. I'm not going to name any people. But there are exceptions out there who decide not to use credit, and I respect it. But for most of us, we do use credit. It does not help your score if you're using a debit card. It does not get reported to the credit bureaus every month if you're using your debit card correctly. So in your best interest, especially if you're trying to build or rebuild your credit, using a credit card, whether it's a secure credit card or an unsecured credit card, it's going to be in your best interest. If you don't know what an unsecured credit card is versus a secure credit card, here's a video right here on what a secure credit card is, how to get one. If you're having issues applying and getting approved for credit cards, watch that video on secure credit cards. It's actually a better approval chance getting approved with a secure credit card versus unsecured. Number four are holds. And the word hold just doesn't sound good when it comes to money or anything at all. And it's primarily with hotels, gas stations, rental car places, things like that. I don't know if you guys know, but there are some gas stations who will put a hold of about $100 or $100 to $125 of a hold on your money. Some gas stations will do $1. Some gas stations will do up to $100 to hold your money. Hotels will hold whatever they decide they want to hold. It's not just whatever they decide, but each hotel chain is different. Wherever you stay may be different. Some will be more expensive, depending typically if you're staying at a more expensive place, the hold per night or per stay is more expensive. And that extra money, which can be in the hundreds or even thousands if you're staying longer, can really add up. And again, your money is being held, so you don't have access to use it. So that's what you were going to use for spending money on your vacation. Now that money is being held. It's typically held for about 2 full weeks, because 7 to 10 business days is 2 weeks real time. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Same thing with the rental car places. They do a hold on it just to make sure if you crashed a car or something like that, they have some type of deposit that's going to hold your money up too. Holds are, just ridiculous as far as the amount. We all have to pay them, but when it's on a credit card, your actual liquid's not affected. So by any chance, if you did need to still use and get some money, you probably should still have some, on your debit card or get some out of the ATM. So yes, hold is number 4. Number 5, and this one's not really talked about as much, there's no extended warranties or any extra protections with using a debit card most of the time. A lot of credit cards will offer extended warranties, purchase protection. American Express is a great example. They offer luggage reimbursement, trip delay insurance, things of that nature. There are terms and conditions for all of these protections, but the fact of the matter is you have these options available to you at your disposal, which gives you more peace of mind as the buyer when you're buying things, right? A lot of debit cards don't have those protections. So again, you're spending your hard-earned money and you don't have any protection to back you up. It's another reason why I love to use credit cards. And keep in mind, guys, again, the best way to do this effectively so your benefits outweigh anything is to make sure you're making all of these payments on what you're spending in full. That way you're avoiding interest, you're getting all of the perks, and it's just like using your debit card. You're winning a lot more. That makes a lot of sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you guys. Are you guys team debit card or team credit card? There is no right or wrong answer. Everybody's mindset is different. But for me, and for a lot of people that I know, we would go the credit card route, use it all, pay it in full, as opposed to debit card route, increased risk of holds, fraud, not so many great perks, and the money is pretty much the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please share this video. I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of people. I will talk to you soon. Be safe.